There's been another mass shooting, and this time in Manhattan. And like always, politicians and the media are calling it a failure of the system and rushing to propose more laws. As if the problem is that the current ones just weren't specific enough. As if one more restriction would have stopped Shane Tamura from doing exactly what he planned to do. But this wasn't a systemic failure. There is no system, not one that's built to prevent things like this from happening. Tamura broke multiple laws. He openly carried a firearm in a city where it's illegal to do so, using a rifle explicitly banned in New York, while wearing body armor that's also prohibited under state law. None of that stopped him, because laws don't stop people who already want to hurt others. What we do know is that Tamura left a note in his pocket, and in it, he asked for his brain to be studied and mentioned former NFL player Terry Long, implying that football had done the same damage to him. He said the NFL couldn't be challenged and that they had failed him. He has no confirmed diagnosis of CTE and he wasn't in the NFL, but it's clear he believed football had caused serious damage to his mind and that he'd been left to deal with it alone. This doesn't excuse what he did, but it should force us to ask why someone like that wasn't seen, wasn't helped, and wasn't stopped long before he reached this point. Because we hear it every time. People noticed something was off. People tried to intervene. The cracks were always there. And instead of building a real system to catch these things early, we get another round of feel-good legislation, another press conference, and another promise that's too little too late. If we actually want to stop this, it won't come from banning something that's already banned. It'll come from building something that works before the first shot is ever fired. This is what it looks like when your healthcare system is designed around quarterly earnings instead of actual care. When insurance companies and pharmaceutical lobbyists write the rules, and the only time mental health makes it onto a screen is during a commercial break of your favorite show. We've created a system where you're more likely to be prescribed something you can't afford than to be listened to by someone who actually wants to help. There are thousands of people right now who are one psych eval, one supportive intervention, and one hospital bed away from stability. But they're not going to get it because there's no profit in early care. There's only money in crisis. So we will wait for the crisis and then act shocked when it shows up with body armor and a rifle.